I'm not going to waste your time showing you how I glue up this back, but I'm going to do it exactly the same way as I did the dial board. But what I do want to show you is how lucky I was the way that this grain all matched up. It just looks like one board. It's too bad that just a very small little portion of it's going to show. And I guess that sort of begs the question, well then why not just use a piece of veneer? Well, it's because I said it's going to be a solid oak clock. Solid oak. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to show you, but I just can't help myself. Well, about 12 hours has passed. And let's see what we got. Well, we'll get that squeeze out cleaned off and run it through the sander. It's going to look really nice. Now I hope you folks will forgive me for these rather unusual shots here, but I'm also trying out my new wide-angle lens here. Now for those of you who are camera buffs, and there probably is a few, I'm stopped right down to f/22, and it's at 1000 ISO, and the focal point is about right here. Now my thinking here is that if I get rid of most of the squeeze out, then I don't mind running this through my sander with my good sandpaper on there. And that probably got rid of about 90% of it. Now this, as you recognize, is just the blade out of my old plane. And I hardly ever use that plane anymore, but I keep it for sentimental reasons, because I used to years ago. As you can see, this works really good. Now I know I can buy something like this from Lee Valley, but you know, I kind of had the fun of making this myself. And it works. Oh, and by the way, I'm back to my regular lens. I think I've got it set at f/13. It's around 300 ISO. And in both instances I was shooting at 1/30th of a second. And that's because I'm shooting at 30 frames a second, for anybody who might be interested. I haven't done anything on the clock for 3 days. I got sidetracked making this pen and pencil set. But these are the parts here for the spindles. And I've got to glue them together so that they will make one piece that will be 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Then I can turn them down the lathe, make them look like real spindles. Now for this, I'll be using a good number of these clamps. Glad I got them now. Well, one thing is for sure, and that is I do not want to be getting this glue on the table saw. Now I may be putting too much on here, but as I've said before, I'd sooner have too much than too little. I can always get rid of the squeeze out later. Yep, there's too much. I don't have all day to work with this. See, my thinking here with all this extra glue is I don't want there to be any voids in the joint, because they will show up on the seam. Well, there, I think that's fairly even. Okay, I think it's safe to take these off now. I don't think the pieces are going to slither around any worse than they already have. Well, I don't think I need any more clamps. It looks like that glue is squeezing out evenly all over the place, so I would say there are no voids in those joints. I know these little brushes, they were only, I think I got them 6 for $1 at the dollar store. But if you don't clean them out right away, that Titebond 3 glue, once it sets, you can't wash it out with water. Which reminds me, tomorrow the 2 weeks will be up for my glue is glue test, for those of you who have been following that. Now here's something I think I've mentioned before, that if you use this clear packing tape on your cauls, it makes it really easy for you to be able to clean up later. Just peel the tape off, get rid of any squeeze out. The stuff is really cheap, and you just reapply it next time you want to do some glue up. Well, there's not a whole lot I can do with those spindles until the glue is dry. Probably about 48 hours before I'm going to want to be putting any stress on the joints. But what I can do is I can sand down this back. It's about 3 days ago that I joined this together. And it's dry. Do you remember me saying this was going to look like it was just one board? Well, I know there's a joint here, I think, and there's a joint here. I can see it up here, but I can't see it here. They went together really well. Now, because I got rid of most of that squeeze out before I ran this wood through here, this sandpaper is just like new. You know, I highly recommend this sander. Anybody who's looking for a good drum sander, get this one. Well, that's it for episode number 15, and I hope you'll wait for the next one. And once again, thanks for watching.